this climax to the whole sonata. And so he moves the trill down into the bass, and now that is a dominant pedal, and that is sounding underneath this whole 32nd note arpeggiation of harmonies, basically. So I think what we'll do is let's listen to the first half of the theme, because by this point then he's finished the whole process of animating the different elements, but he does it progressively, step by step. You know, 2 by 2, there's, you know, triplets, sixteenths, it gets to 32nd, but now he starts to animate the melody itself, so eighth notes, triplet eighth notes, and then it gets to the trill and the bass, and now you have continuous 30 seconds in the second half of the variation. So let's listen to the first half of that, and then we'll stop it when we get right there. So now he's going to animate the pedal tone in both. Now triplets, and now melodies in the bass, in the soprano. That's the end of the first two phrases. Here's the written out repeat. Now he's animating the melody against the written out trill. Okay, now he's going to shift to the top, and it's going to go to triplet eighth notes. Okay, so we've gotten into the second half now. All right, and yeah, so this is just going to follow basically the. So there was a C#7 leading to F# minor. So there, in that would be what would that be? That would be circle 10. So this is going to lead to the G# minor passage. So basically it passes through that. It's not as clear, but yeah, you've got a lot of passing tones too through all of this. That sounding, so but it passes through that, and then we get to that's just a 5/7 chord. And so that takes you to the end of the first time through the third and fourth phrases. Then he is going to take both hands and moves them up into the top register. And then this is a very brilliant place. He moves the trill from the bass into the alto, and he gives you, on the offbeats, in the right hand, this there's the cadence on G#. So you'll hear the theme, the top voice and left hand's playing these brilliant descending scales, 32nd scales through all this. So it is a really complex passage. You have three different independent things going on, and it does touch on G# minor there. And then this particular variation, when you get to the end of the variation, and it is then, you're expecting this, you know, to have that. cadence, that delayed cadence. But what he's going to do is to just maintain in the left hand this same pattern, and he's going to extend that, and he's going to just take this, and on the next page it's going to go. So you have, let's see, at box 16 you're going to have going to bring back the theme. So what he does at the end of variation 6 is he gives you 3 more measures. So he adds an extra 3 measures to the length of the theme. That's why you have box 19. And he just does that to take the register from the very highest then to lowest, and it gets everything back into the middle, and then he restates the theme. And when he restates the theme, he does it without repeats, and it's basically the same the first time. He adds an extra bass voice down here, but for the most part it's an exact repetition. So let's hear the very end of this real emotional climax to Opus 109. Okay, so we're going to pick it up in here somewhere. 5/7. Here's the end of the theme. Now he's going to prolong this dominant. He moves things down little by little. Trail here. And just like the Goldberg variations, he restates the theme at the end of this huge set of variations, and he restates the theme without taking repeats. Here he adds an extra octave. So after all that, he puts it all back together and just kind of gives you, before and after. Okay, so it's a great masterpiece. What I want you to do is, hopefully you took notes on the things that I pointed out. Of course, you can use your notes on the final, and I'm going to pick either variation 2, 3, 5, or 6, and have you write an analysis of that particular variation based on these ideas, especially, to make comments on these different characteristics of harmony and phrasing and so forth. But you should be able, to answer questions like what's the B flat, when it's inharmonically spelled, why does the editor use boxes for certain measures and circles for others? So you should be able to answer that easily. And yeah, it's one of my favorite Beethoven works. He wrote these last 3 piano sonatas all at the same time. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed listening to that and really getting into the nitty-gritty of Beethoven's compositional process.